السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله.
إمام حسين 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 إمام حسين.
He is the son of Ali and Fatima. He is the grandson of Muhammad Rasulullah. He is the carrier of the purest heart. In his blessed house, so he's shining like a star. He has the highest status one can gain.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussein. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussein. Allah, look at the heart of Imam.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونستعينه ونتوكل عليه إنه خير ناصر ومعين ثم الصلاة والسلام على خير خلقه وأشرف أنبيائه ورسله بالقاسم المصطفى محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين وأصحابه الخيرة المنتجبين. The topic of our discussion this Muharram is the issue of Amr-Maroof and Nahy-Monkar, which is to enjoin good and to forbid the bad things. The first night we had discussion about the logicality and rationality of the whole issue, which became an obligatory duty for each of us to have it. And last night also I have spoken on this topic. The issue which I want to tackle today is a reevaluation of the values, the Islamic values. There is a problem with the understanding of the positive and negatives in Islam, the things which is considered very important while they are not, and the things which has been considered less important while they are the main important issues, and we have to be very careful about those issues. That's a big problem that we have, unfortunately, because we don't have a proper understanding of the positive and negative things, we will be harmed by things which they are not very important, and we are going to lose those things which are very important. And an example, if I want to have it, just being a business person. You are a businessman. You are trying to gain as much as possible the money. When you are a trader or you want to make a business or a business deal, the whole effort of you is to get the most benefit out of this deal that you are going through. Now, as much as the deal has got more benefit, you are more happy. And the whole philosophy of you having an office, a secretary, some staff, all of the costs is for you to gain benefit. And that's why naturally, if there is two business, you will consider, okay, how much time, how much energy, how much money, how much staff I'm gonna put on business number one, and how much energy, time, money, and all of those things I'm going to put for my business number 2. So then you have something called feasibility report that you give it to some people in your staff to go and check which of these 2 will benefit your company more. And then when it is the time for you to decide which of these 2 business I'm going to choose, naturally you go for the best one. You go for the one which give you a quicker answer, quicker benefit, and more benefit. That is completely natural. That's when it comes to physical gain, to financial gains, to our daily business life. So the same type of sensitivity we have to have when it comes to spiritual gains. And unfortunately, we don't have it. Because we don't know, because that feasibility report, it's available when it comes to the physical gains, to the business of this world, but when it comes to the spiritual gains, the benefits that we may get by our spiritual side, there is no feasibility report. And because we don't know which is more benefit, we will listen to some of the lectures, the books that we read, and then we decide based on those things that we hear and we read, which of them has got more benefits, and then we act upon. While unfortunately, as I said, one of the biggest problems that we have today is that even some of our ulamas, our learned people, they have not understood this issue of religion properly, and that's why they are not introducing it to us also properly. And that is going to give us a big problem, because we trust them. And when somebody is uneducated himself about this matter, he will teach you something which is not truth, then you follow. I'll give you an example. You're traveling from Tehran to Qom, for example. Why you take your speed to 120 with no even thinking about those bumps inside? Because you trust. You trust the government. You trust the municipality. You trust the Ministry of Roads and Transportation, that they have already looked at the whole road from here to the destination that I am traveling. So should not be any bump there for my car to hit, and then I have an accident. You trust. And based on that trust, you just run. What happens if there is one? You're traveling at 120. Okay? And all of a sudden, you see there is a big hole there. Your tire goes into the hole, and your car is overturned, and you and all the passengers are going to be dead. A deadly mistake because of a trust. Now it depends, where are you? Which government? If I am traveling probably in Tanzania, or with somewhere in Zambia, that I know that the government does not have money, they don't have supervision, they don't have this, I normally don't trust. So I'm not gonna go 120 by my speed, because I know these people don't have money, they don't have supervision, so should be definitely some holes somewhere. So I should not travel 120 kilometers per hour for me to bump to one of these holes and then lose my life. I will do my necessary measurements for me not to face the problem because I don't trust. But when you trust, you don't care. You just drive. Now just imagine when you trust and things happen. That is something really, really, not tolerable. This is one of the issues. You trust some writers, some lecturers, you trust some authorities, and then you find that they have made mistake in understanding it and delivering it to you. And that's why we are going to have so many problems. For example, somebody comes to your house asking to marry your daughter. You are a person that you have been trained in a certain environment that they believe shaving your beard is haram. They say, look at that. The son that they are coming to invite us to marry their son, and they want my daughter to marry, he does not have beard. That is haram. And no, sorry, I am not ready to do that. When you look at that, it's all a type of misunderstanding. We were not supposed to highlight it so big that it should even preventing us of marriage. It's not so big issue. صلوات خدم حضرت حجت الاسلام المسلمین آقای کوششی which is the head of the office of the new appointed assistant to Dr. Qalibov. He himself is an advisor to the mayor of Tehran. And Alhamdulillah, this year we are again sponsored by the brothers, and he himself is one of the brothers which were very instrumental. The same thing which Hujjat al-Islam Amrudi was doing before, now Hujjat al-Islam Kushishi is doing it, and really we have to thank him for all of the support that we have gained from him. Also we have Taha Husna, a great singer. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any song in about Imam Hussein alayhi salam, but he sings in Arabic, he sings in English, and he sings in Farsi. Beautiful voice. Unfortunately, it is Muharram and we can't have those things played, but he promised that inshallah in one of our gatherings, inshallah we are going to have him. We have also Jadr Islam al-Muslimin Khuda Dadi, the son of a Shaheed, and the head of the Shuhada, the Sons of Shuhada's Foundation, which alhamdulillah is also with us. Also we have the great alim sitting there, brothers and sisters, engineers in SARS. All brothers, sisters, you are welcome again. Salawat. I heard this from Dr. Sadiq Tabatabai, the brother-in-law of Seyed Ahmad Khomeini's Khomeini, the brother to the wife of Sayyid Ahmad. He said that all the time I was going to Haj Isa's office. You know, Haj Isa was Abdarchi of Imam. You know, the servant inside the house which offers tea. So whenever I go and I sit with Haj Isa, I am feeling that he has got something to tell me, and he is shy, he is not telling me. So one day, I went there, I said, Haj Isa, just give me a cup of tea. So I was sitting there, I said, Haj Isa, I've got a problem. Always, when I come here, you look, strangely to me, and I feel that you have got something to tell me. You're not telling me. What is this? Then Hajisa said, look, Dr. Tabatabai, you are the son of an Ayatollah. You are the brother-in-law of Haj Sayyid Ahmad. You related to the house of Imam Khomeini rahmatullahi alayh. And you're coming from such a great family and all of this. I mean, why are you shaving? just look, why are you shaving? And I said to Hajisa, I'll ask you one question. Are you more pious or Imam Khomeini? He said, of course, Imam Khomeini. We learn from him. He said, are you more knowledgeable or Imam Khomeini? He said, of course, Imam Khomeini. Then I told him, my brother, in the last 20 years that I am married to this family, we are in law with this family. I mean, I have been meeting Imam Khomeini every week, at least once, twice. But why Imam Khomeini in his lifetime, in this 20 years, even once, didn't come to me and giving me this piece of advice, this Nahy and al-Munkar, this Amr-Maroof-Nahy-Monkar that you're doing? Why he never did his duty, but you feel so bad to tell me about this issue? He said, are you sure? Imam Khomeini never told you about this. I said, of course, he never told me anything about it. He said, I'm amazed. But that is reality. Imam Khomeini never told me anything. He said, okay, so whatever you want to do, do it. So then, the next day I met Imam Khomeini. And I told him about my conversation with Haji Isa. I said, look, I had this conversation about my beer. Do you have a problem with my beer? Maybe. He said, look, this is an old man. He thinks that old school. So don't be bothered so much about his opinion. Hey, no, I don't have no problem with it. While we really refuse our girls to marry, some families, I'm not saying all families, some families, small issue. I am sitting in a board with Dr. Zahra Mustafabi, the daughter of Imam Khomeini. I met him today also. He gave me a few of the memories today. But this memory, he told me long ago. Very fine memory. He said, I was a daughter of Imam Khomeini, but normally whenever coming to marry me, asking to marry me, they were from ulama. They were coming with a turban, an alim, a sheikh, a talaba. And I didn't like to marry an alim. She says, I didn't want to marry an alim. I didn't want to marry a talaba. I am the daughter of Ayatollah, but I didn't like it. But Imam Khomeini never pushed it, never emphasized, never came to convince. No, he just left everything to my hand that you choose my daughter, whatever you want. So all of a sudden there was somebody came to marry the daughter of Ayatollah with ties, with karawat. No beer, ties. And as soon as I see him from window, I think, yeah, that is my husband. So when they came to me, are you ready to marry? I said, yes, this is what I wanted. And I married. So Imam Khomeini agreed to marry. And they come to me. I said, I also happy. I don't have no problem. So the marriage happened. Look at this. The marriage happened. Then, 1 week later, we were eating lunch with Imam Khomeini, and my husband were also with me. We were together eating lunch. The husband, now that he is married to Ayatollah's family, he realized, look, all of the people who come to this house, they are not having ties. And this is a different environment. This is a spiritual environment. This is a spiritual environment. I cannot have ties. So let me just refuse to have ties. So he came into the meeting, into the lunch without ties. And Imam Khomeini rahmatullah alayhi said to him, son, what happened to your ties? He said, I was ignorant, I did, and he gave some excuse. He said, go back now to your house, put your ties and come back, because my daughter married you because of that. This is how. And now, imagine today, in some families, having this is a taboo. When I'm saying we have to have real consideration about positives and negative things. And because we don't have this evaluation of the good, the positive things and the negative things, things happens, we take the small issues and we leave the big issues. And then the problems happening in our society. Another example. Somebody is sick. We take him to the doctor. Now, the doctor will look at the whole problem, a history of his health, from A to Z up to now. He takes the temperature, he measures the pressure, he looks at all aspects of the life, he have an examination of the heartbeat, the chest, and of everything. So then he lines up 10 problems. First of all, you are suspicious to be a cancer, because the signs that I see, it is a cancer. The second one, of course, you have fever, so I have to know what is this fever from. Also, you have a headache, you have diarrhea, you coughing also. There is 10, 15 problems. Now, these 10, 15 problems, one of them is probably itching somewhere. That's also a problem. Maybe somewhere on the skin you have itching. Now, if you don't know which of these 10 are more important, you may now go and concentrate on the itching on the skin. But leave alone this person with the cancer. He has got cancer. Treat the cancer first. That's exactly what we're losing today. In our society, in the whole world, there are cancer things which is eating the whole world. We have left them alone. But there are small issues that day and night we are wasting our money, our energy to perform them perfectly. It's just like that businessman. The businessman, he gains every day 1,000 tuman, 1,000 tuman, 1,000 tuman. He's happy with it. While he, with the same energy, with the same money, with the same effort, he may have 1 million tuman every day. But he is happy with the 1,000. He leaves the 1 million income every day. That is exactly what we're doing. There are a lot of great things that we have left them aside. We are not touching them. But then we are busy every day with the small issues. I'll give you an example. You go to any part in Europe, you see this European lady coming there, sitting on the couch, instead of him playing with his mobile and browsing the Telegram and WhatsApp, and here he has got a book with him. And then you see in that book, he has already read half, and he put it like that, this side. As soon as she or he finds a little bit of a time, he will open the book. Okay, another 2 page, I'm happy. Another 3 page, I'm happy. Why some countries are developed? Because of just one element. They read. The ratio of reading book in Iran, an Islamic state, which starts with the Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read in the name of Lord. Read. It starts with reading. It's a book. A miracle is a book. This is our ideology. This is our gift. We have taught the West to read. We have given them alphabet. We have invented the numbers for them. It was us. Kharazmi is the one who invented 1, 2, 3, 4. The alphabets we taught them. But then now they read, we left the book aside. And then we blame. That's why we are not developed. Why we have problems. Because we are not reading. We are not readers. How about 5, 6 months ago, we visited Imam Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader, may Allah keep him in health. He told about some stories about Louis XVI, of kings of French. And he told us that he has read about this novel 5 years before Islamic Revolution. Reading about French Revolution 6 years, 7 years before Islamic Revolution. It was also the commemoration of one of the great alim, Ayatollah, the one of Nahj Balagha. Who is it? No. The one who, the one who is the head of the the Nahj Balagha Foundation at the moment. No, you don't know. It's another, Seyed. No, not the Asa. Anyway, look, whoever it was in one of the centers, and they were talking about, somebody came and give information about Ayatollah Khamenei's knowledge, and he told that we were with him, we were listening to him before revolution. That time he said, I have finished reading 5,300 odd books. That time. And he told us that night that if I don't read a book, I cannot sleep. Now. Just now. He is a person that he reads like this. He's a fast reader. He's reading like that. Okay. The whole page, he scanned it. Fast reading, the art of fast reading. He is a fast reader. He may read the whole book one night. And he talks about books of 7,000 pages, 5,000 pages that he has read. The novels, the stories of the revolutions around the world, the history of civilizations, all of these books. When you read, when you have a leader who reads, then why you don't learn also to read? While your book teaches you to read, you're not reading. Now, we come to our religion, it says, تَفَكُّرُ سَاعَةٍ خَيْرٍ مِنْ عِبَادَةِ 70 sana. 70 years of you worship, day and night. You fast during the day. During the nights, you wake up for tahajjud. Every day you pray on time. The whole day you be worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? But then 1 hour thinking is more valuable than that 70 years of worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what we have been taught. But are we doing it exactly? No, we are busy with a beer. We're busy with a beer. This culture of having tasbih and having subhanallah, 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 it's fine. But read a book. Spend your time learning about something. Argue, debate. Waste your time with something which is more valuable. You're spending time, energy, and everything. Why you don't learn something? Gaining knowledge. It's one of those things which give you 1,000,000 a day, but probably having this tasbih give you cents. You're happy with riyals, you're leaving with 1,000,000 to months. That's exactly what happens. Because this will teach you how to be a good person, but that one is not. You leave the very important issues, and from the other side you are holding to very, very minor issues. That's why we have, like for example, helping the other people. Helping other people, being at the service of other people. It gives you more gain in this dunya, in akhirah, from the eye of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than anything else. Imam Riza alayhi salam, I told you about that hadith, a fine hadith of Imam Riza, salawat. He says, I am looking at the door for somebody to arrive with a problem. And as soon as I hear about his problem, I will rush to solve that problem. Because if I don't rush to solve that problem, somebody else will do it. And I will lose the gain. I lose the reward of it. Because he has got a real consideration to the truth. But we're running away from problems. That man is also coming. Again, he has got anytime he sees me, he comes with a problem. You never call some people because as soon as you call them, they may ask something. In South Africa, one of my friends, he had this appendix and we had to take him to the hospital. So the bill ran to about 180,000 rand. It's about $18,000. So I have collected some money from here and there. I put some money myself. So at the end of the day, there was one Shia brother. I approached him and I said to him that Brother Isa is got a problem and please help. He said, okay, I will help. So the next day he come with about 5,000 South African rand. But he told me, Hoseini, I don't want no one to know about this 5,000. So I thought, what a good man. Because, he is so sincere that he doesn't want anyone to know about this amount of money that he is helping. But then he continued with the reason. He said, do you know why? I said, what is that? He said, then anyone who has a problem, he may think they can come to me for more help. You see, the perspective is very important. You have paid that money, but why you are not paying it properly? And why you consider this to be now something like enforcement? No. We have to have the real consideration of the things. And unfortunately, we don't have that. So we leave the very big important issues and we, holding with the small issues again. For example, in the whole world, look at the global oppression which is going on. The global oppression which is there, we have completely left them alone. Completely left them alone. If you look at the whole world, everything in the whole world is controlled by the Israelis, by the Jews. Every single thing that you think of, it is controlled by them. And that's unfortunately a reality. Newspapers, the media, the economy, the banks, the credit cards, the SWIFT, the technology, your computer, your advancement, everything, it's controlled by these people. And that is exactly the core of transgression in this world. Because wherever you look, you will find their hands. I was in South Africa, so I went to an auction to buy a house for myself. So there was a small house, we bought it, and when I arrived in the auction hall, I realized the people who are doing the auction, they are Jews, because they have got that small tobies on their head and long hair coming here and there. So I realized it's natural. Some Jews are here also, so accidentally today they are in charge of this auction. It was not a question mark too much for me. But then when I signed the document, they told me come tomorrow to sign more documents and solve the financial issues. When I went there, they gave me a paper. When I went to that office, I realized, wow, those people are also Jews. So then they gave me a paper that you must go to the accountant, which was another firm somewhere else. I went to another accountant, which was very distant from them also. So I had to travel all of this distance from like West Dean to go to Santon to meet another firm, which I have realized they are also Jews. And then I have to register this in my name. When I go to registration office, I also found that these people are also Jews. And then later on, I have realized that the person who sold the house was also a Jew. And later on I found that the people who were renting the shops in that place were also Jews. So look, they control it such that you don't feel it, but that's exactly what's happening. The whole world is like that. They are just going from one pocket to the other pocket, but all in the same line of business. And that is the biggest problem that we have. Look at here, it's sitting right at my desk. This water. It's a Coca-Cola, it's what you call produced by Coca-Cola. Water, but the money goes for Coca-Cola. In Islamic Republic of Iran, which is in the front line of a struggle against the regime of Israel, Israel has put his water on the table of Mr. Hoseini tonight here, and I am drinking a water which is packed by Israelis in Islamic Republic of Iran. Whom I should say? Now we leave this big transgression aside, okay? We are making ourselves busy with the small issues. About some hair coming out, about this, about that. Come on, please. So, Amr bil-Ma'ruf is obligatory. Nahy anil Munkar is obligatory to indulge with goodness, to order for good things, and to forbid the bad things is an obligatory, natural duty of every one of us. It is natural to have all of this, and obligatory when it comes to Islamic duties that we have introduced in our religion as some of the fruit of deen. It is obligatory. But when you want to do Amr bil-Ma'ruf, do about the big things. Start at least with the big things. I'm not saying that you should forget the small issues. Yeah, when you have more time, when you have more energy, when you can also have some small Amr bil-Ma'rufs, but do a big one. Imam Hussein alayhi salam went for the biggest one. Imam Hussein went in his time for the biggest munkar of his time, and the biggest munkar of his time was Yazid himself. So he started with the big things. While in his time also there was small issues. He was able to say, okay, in my society I have got a lot of problems. I've got a daughter who is not married. I've got a son who is not married. I've got some other problems with my family. I have to look after my business. I have to do this. I have to do that. Plus, this town need a lecturer. They need a leader. They need a mufassir. They need somebody to give them iftar. So if I leave Medina or Mecca, there will be no leader to remain behind to teach them. So that's an obligatory business. So he was able to have every single excuse, but he never went for the small issues. Because the big issue is over there. And that is Yazid himself. Yazid is there, you're busy with something else. Remove the source of trouble first, then you can have Amr-Maroof to the rest of the community. While the big Munkar himself is sitting there, you are busy with the small issues. Israel is there, killing every day the children in the streets of Palestine, in Jerusalem, in Gaza, in West Bank. They are busy killing the innocent children, the women, the youngsters, Muhammad ad-Doras and the rest of the... But you are busy here with the small issues. They are controlling the economy of the world. You don't care. They are controlling the business of the world. You don't care. They control the banks of the world. You don't care. But you are busy with the small issues here, there. Well, please. That is not the idea of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. You want to work like Imam Hussein alayhi salam, find what is the big issue. Poverty is a big issue. Discrimination is the big issue. Okay? Bribery is the big issue, which is in our country also. Bribery is the big issue. Poverty is the big issue. A lot of people, as I said, in south of Tehran has been sold. Women has been sold. Girls has been sold. Babies has been sold. But now you are busy in a place which has got so big problems. You are busy now with the small issues. If the 5,000 people who are busy with the small issues, they have been dispatched to remove poverty from the west, from the south of Tehran, we are going to have a better condition of life. But we are busy with the small issues. Big issues, we completely forgot. So that's why we have to be concentrating, first of all, realization, re-evaluation of the values. That is the first step. Come to your realization. Open Quran. This is a good book. It teaches you what is the big issues. Tafakkur. Thinking, helping other people, raising your voice against oppression, communicating with the rest of the communities, helping everyone, standing against oppression, standing against the organized corruptions in your society. Stand for the truth, gaining knowledge, going to university, studying, writing books. These are the most important things, not the small issues, which we completely forgot. And inshallah, in this nights of Muharram, we come to our senses, to our realization. We exactly put our feet to the footstep of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and learn from him how to live. For him, the biggest problem of his time, when he categorized, he said, first I have to deal with the biggest munkar of my time, and that is Yazid. And that's why he said, خرجت لطلب الإصلاح في أمة جدي. I have stood up to bring reform to the ummah and to the religion of my grandfather. أريد أن آمر بالمعروف وأنهى عن المنكر. And I want to have Amr-Maroof, to enjoin for the good things and forbid the bad things. وأسير بسيرة جدي وأبي. And I will follow the footstep of my grandfather and my father. That's why he has to raise his voice against the oppression of his time, and that is Yazid. Now Yazid, that time, is exactly the oppression today is Israelis, the Jews, the United States, the whole system of oppression today. That Shahid Mutahari in his famous saying says very clearly about the 52, year 52, not 57, not after revolution, before revolution. 5 years before the victory of Islamic revolution, Shahid Mutahari raised his voice concerning fighting against Israel. Not now. Even Imam Khomeini rahmatullah alayhi, he started his revolution with writing against Israel, not against Shah. First he was fighting against Israel, and then he started fighting against Shah. But we have left it aside. I was in Brazil, and I saw, when I was walking, I saw two boys, which we call them punks. You know, in Iran we call them punks. They are actually named punks. You know, with the long hair and all of those tattoos all over, and some, what you call this, earrings from all over, the fingers full of, look at the. But I saw that on the back of the t-shirt that they had, they written the punks against Zionism. Come on. Punks against Zionism. But when I come to my Islamic Republic, my country, a follower of Imam Hoseini alayhi salam, when you talk to him about Israel, leave these political things. Why we spend so much money there? While brothers and sisters, if we don't spend that money in Syria, our girls will be sold in the streets of Tehran exactly like the Daesh people are selling the Iraqi girls in the streets of Mosul today, now. How much beautiful you are, the price is from $100 to about 2,000, 4,000 US dollars. They're selling girls. And they say that we are going to capture Tehran and we are going to make their women captive and we're going to sell them. They say. So they had plans to come. We didn't allow them. Okay? If we were not powerful enough and we didn't have a good leadership and defense system, today they were in Tehran. If we were not helping in the time of the 33 days of war in Lebanon, they were in Tehran. If we are keeping them in Syria, keeping them in Lebanon, keeping them, it is the art of our captain who keeps the ball in the side of the opposition. They're keeping the ball there. That's why, alhamdulillah, we have got a safe country. Anyway, inshallah, I will explain about the whole aspects of Amr-Maroof and Nahy-Anil-Munkar in the coming nights. Salawat. One of the most beautiful sceneries of the day of Ashura is the scenery of the Jama'at prayer of Imam Hoseini. A beautiful Jama'at. That you look at every aspect of this Jama'at, it's amazing. It's amazing. First of all, when he had his Jama'at, a lot of his helpers already has been shaheed. Because the war started before Zohr. It was not that, okay, it started after Zohr. No, it started before Zohr. So the fighting was carrying on. It was during the fight, not before fight starts. So naturally, a lot of shuhada were lying down there. say about 30 of the 72 of the Shuhada of Karbala is already lying. Their bodies scattered around, one body there, one body that side. Some of his children also were already shaheed. And all of a sudden, Habib ibn Mazahir reminded him of prayer. And Imam Hussein alayhi salam prayed for Habib. Said, Allah reward you for what you have done, reminding me. And then, according to the laws, Salatul Khawf or Salatul, the prayer of the war, Salatul Harb, he has to have that performance of prayer. So he sits, stands in the front, and the rest of his helpers are going to now follow him. Now, Imam Hussein had the same problem as we have today. We, the Shias, we have a problem proving to the Wahhabis and the Salafis that we are also Muslim. Because they say, your Quran is different from us. They say that these are kafir. The Shias are kuffar. They are majusis. They are all kuffars. There was open fatwa by the Sheikh, al-Sheikh, the ugly mufti of Saudi Arabia. Very ugly mufti. Look at his face. It's a statue of shaitan. You know, if I was a designer and I was somebody who makes a statue, and they were asking me, okay, make a statue of shaitan, I will put al-Sheikh there and I copy it exactly the same looking also. And he says, all Iranians are kafir. But in this country we have Sunnis also. About 5-6 million Sunnis we have in Baluchistan, in Kurdistan, and the rest of this country. We have got so many of our Sunni brothers. They are all kafir. Who is Sunni then? Who is a Muslim? So, then, now, it's a difficult task for us to prove to them that we are Muslim. And I had this task with them, that I had a big problem talking to them, proving to them that I am Muslim. I will inshallah tell you about that story another day. But now, the Salafis and the Wahhabis, they don't want our message to go to their masses for them to know about the truth, because they know we are Muslim. They know we have another Quran. They know that we believe in the same Prophet. They know that we also pray 5 times. They know that we are going to Mecca. They know that we're fasting. All of the things, we're doing it. And we are Muslim. They know that. But they don't want the masses to know that this is the truth. So Imam Hussein in that day also has got the same problem of proving to them that in spite of this regime of Yazid is telling you that we are kuffar, no, we are Muslim because we want to pray now. So by that prayer, just imagine what a bombardment of information this poor Kufis and the people who were gathered around Yazid were done, that they believe actually right up to the time that Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam in the palace of Yazid stands and he gives azan and he talks about them, that introducing himself as the grandson of the Prophet. They were believing that these are Khawarij. These are a group of people who are actually kafir, so we can kill them. So here Imam Hussein in the field, the battlefield, he is trying to tell them that we are Muslim. So he stands in the front and the group of the people, 2 lines, they have reported 2 lines of people. So Umar Asad realized that if he is continue with this prayer, and he has a successful prayer, that means that he has already proven to my army that he is Muslim. Because all of the time we were telling them these are kuffar, they are kafir, they don't pray, they don't believe in Quran and all of. Now, I should not allow them to see the beautiful scenery of the prayer of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. But he stood in the front. Umar ibn Sa'd, the son of Sa'd, he ordered his arrow senders, the shooters, that don't let Hussein to finish his prayer. And as soon as he said Allahu Akbar, it was rain of arrows which were thrown toward the small gathering of Imam Hussein. Here Muslim ibn Awsaja and a few groups of the army of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, they marched here. They have realized, looking at the sky, that all of the arrows which are coming, the target of the arrow is the body of Hussein, sending the arrows to Muslim ibn Awsaja jumping to the air to catch the arrows to his body. Love. Look at the amount of love that he showed for Imam Hussein. As soon as he saw the arrow is coming from that side, he goes and catch that one. Goes from this side, and when prayer finished, they counted it was 13 arrows on his body. And again, Imam Hussein alayhi salam hold him with his hand, put the head on the lap, and still Muslim look at Imam Hussein alayhi salam asking, are you happy? Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Assalamu alayka ya ibn Rasul. Assalamu alayk wa ala al-arwah allati hallat bifina'ik. Alaykum minni salamullahi abadan ma baqit. وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. All together. السلام على السلام على الحسين. Raise your voice. Assalamu ala al-Husayn wa ala Ali ibn al-Husayn wa ala ashab al-Husayn wa ala awlad al-Husayn wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. أسألك اللهم وندعوك باسمك العظيم الأعظم الأعز الأجل الأكرم محمد وعلي وفاطمة والحسن والحسين والأئمة المعصومين من ذرية الحسين عليهم السلام وبدماء شهدائنا وبإمام زماننا. Raise your hand 10 times. Ya Allah, 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 Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين واخذل الكفار والمنافقين اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات. Oh Allah, accept our mourning ceremony for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Oh Allah, write our name among those people who are mourning for Imam Hussein, among those people who has helped Imam Hussein. And in the day of resurrection, oh Allah, resurrect us with Hussein and with household of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Oh Allah, give us success to be a good follower of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Oh Allah, give victory to our brothers in Palestine, in Yemen, in Bahrain, in Nigeria, in wherever our brothers are in trouble. Oh Allah, release Sheikh Zakzaki from prison. Give us the success to be a good follower of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and hasten the process of reappearance of Imam Mahdi alayhi alafu tahiyyat wa sana. وعجل اللهم في فرج مولانا صاحب العصر والزمان صلوات الله